Hey, good morning. Welcome to Beirut. I'm just walking down to downtown now, and I'm just walking from my Airbnb. It's only like a 20-minute walk to be right in the center, and that's the way I kind of prefer doing it. Just getting out, looking around, and walking around all day, which I'm excited for. Normally, by the way, I just have my headphones in and listen to music or a podcast and just walk around and take everything in. I think if I listen to a podcast, I can just walk around for hours and anyway, let's go see some of Beirut.
Brothers and sisters.
Right, so this is the Al Amin Mosque. It's huge, and it's one of the main things that, or I think the first thing that comes up for things to do in Beirut. So it's my first stop. I'm also right in the downtown area, so that means I can just walk around and see what else there is as well. You might be able to go in. Let's go have a look. Okay, it looks like I have to wear one of these.
Oh, back to the light. Bring us back to the light. Oh, back to the light.
I did double check as well that photos were allowed inside, because I think it's always worth being respectful of these things. Some places allow it, some don't, and photos are allowed there, which is why I can show you a bit of the inside. Right, I'm gonna continue walking around Beirut and see what we can find. I have no idea, I've done no research, so I'm just gonna see what I see. Right, this is proper posh downtown Beirut. It's all like the fancy stores, like past like Rolex and all of those designer stores. But to be honest, it's really nice. It's got like a really posh downtown. This could easily be Paris. And I think at one point it used to be called the Paris of the Middle East, the Paris of the Mediterranean, I think. I'm not entirely sure. But the whole downtown area that I've just walked through is like really, really clean, really nice, and really, really posh. So I don't think I'm fully at home here. I need to go find the part that's less posh. So this is another thing to do here that's on the top 10. Zaytoune Bay. Again, no idea if I'm saying that right, but something like that. I just saw a photo of it and it lights up really nice in the evening. But right now, I just stopped off for a quick frappuccino. Hashtag not sponsored. Yeah, and then I'm gonna continue and try and find something else. Right, I'm now on the other coast, the Menara, because Beirut's kind of like that, and I walked from this side down to here. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that was a long walk, but I do really like it. Like walking through and just seeing a city like that, I think you get a sense of it. And I'm really starting to like Beirut. I'm actually meant to be going that way. The whole way along there was just loads of little cafes and street food places, and that's exactly what I like. And by the way, I haven't really got to try it yet, but I do love Lebanese food, like falafel and hummus and all of that, so I'm gonna definitely try that later in this video. For now, let's check out the Menara. These are another landmark here, the Ralcha Rocks, and yeah, you see it's like a rock with a hole in. But I just walked the whole way here and I am hot. I don't know if I'm getting burnt or not, but I think I need to get out the sun for a bit. There are a bunch of restaurants here that look over it. I'm going to keep on walking down, so I think there's another sort of bay further on, and I'll stop there and get out the sun. Being English, it does make you red. There are good parts of being English, like getting the visa, and then there are the parts that you go red after 5 minutes in the sun. Just popped into a place called the Grand Cafe, and I'm having a lot of teas. This is a ginger and honey tea, and of course I've also got some hummus coming, which, hummus in Lebanon has to be done. Oh, I love ginger. Oh, it's so good. It's warm. This is the first thing I buy when I go to any supermarket. I just get hummus and pita. So like this is going to be perfect for me being here. Mostly I have it for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner, anything. I love hummus. I'm not afraid to say it. Alright, so this is what it came out as. Hummus, tea, about 12 bucks. Yeah, that was good. And it turns out I actually walked an hour and a quarter to get here. So, well, I'd have to walk an hour and a quarter to get back. So instead of doing that, I'm getting an Uber. I'm gonna head back to my Airbnb. This is kind of unexpected, but I've just been told to, well, they're closing the coffee shop I was in because there are mass protests all over the city right now. Apparently people are protesting and demanding the fall of the government because of some new tax. So all the roads have been closed, and if you can hear that, that's something. I'm trying to walk the long way around to try and avoid the protests, but yeah, it's an interesting time to be here. I don't really want to get involved in it. I'm trying to walk around and get to my hotel instead. Yeah, apparently people are smashing windows, smashing billboards, police are firing tear gas. So I want to stay well out of the way, but I can't stay where I was, so now I need to try and walk around downtown to get to the hotel I'm staying in tonight. There are a lot of police out there. I just saw a police van going past with loads of barbed wire and lots of people out on the streets. There's definitely something happening. Look at this has clearly all been smashed up. Yeah, and this as well must have been done earlier. I don't know if you can see behind me, but loads of police out with guns and army out. So there definitely was a lot going down. I can't see it right now. So yeah, this is smashed. All of this is smashed. So I think I'm kind of in the wake of it. Still some going on. We decided to come out and have a look. Yeah, we're walking towards where it's all happening now. Loads of people have the Lebanese flags. Just saw a huge military convoy with helicopters coming in, and loads of people have been going towards the protest in their scooters with masks on and stuff. So I don't want to get too close, but I'm gonna go have a look and see what's going on. Amongst it now, and it's all peaceful right now, but obviously the images on the news, it wasn't this morning, there were fires and stuff, but from what I can see right now, it's all being done quite peacefully. Wow. I saw this is what's going on. Don't need to hang around to see if anything else happens, but this is basically what the protests are going on for. It started about a 20 cents VAT being added to online calls, and then over the next day it sort of escalated into more of a anti-government thing. The government actually changed the decision straight away. They removed the tax, but it was already a step too far, and that's why people started protesting. Wow, we even just got back to our hotel and there's smoke. Whoa, so this is a bit crazy. This is all just outside our hotel, where people have tried to block the roads. Wow, this is pretty hectic. I was just chatting to some guys and they said that this will probably continue for the next few days. We're leaving in the morning, but the people I spoke to said that they expect it to get more intense. They were saying it's the beginning of the revolution, this is history happening. They were saying they're not going to stop until the government steps down. But let's see what happens anyway. I guess you guys, by the time this comes out, I think it'll be out in a few days, so you would have seen a bit more of it by then. Right, in keeping with what I always title these videos, this will be the first impressions of Beirut, but it's a little bit different because of what's going on. Okay, so where to begin? It's been kind of like an up and down week, because the first half of being here, like I showed you in this video, it was just a really cool city to walk around. It was like nice looking streets, good food, friendly people, and it just felt like quite a posh metropolitan city. And then in the last 2 days, it's kind of descended more into being about the protests and about the riots, and there's like fires on the streets, there's loads of people going around, there's loads of people going around in masks, there's loads of police and military out with guns everywhere. So yeah, it's been an interesting one. But I wouldn't let that, I really mean this, I wouldn't let that put you off coming here, because protests and riots happen in every city in the world. It's not a symptom of Beirut, it's not something that's quintessentially Beirut or Lebanese, it's just that that's what I've seen while being here. But there were riots in London. It wouldn't put you off going to London, so it shouldn't here either. There's riots and protests that happen all over the world. It's just bad timing that I saw that right now. And every Lebanese person that I've spoken to as well during the last couple of days have been really apologetic. They've been like, welcome to Lebanon. I'm so sorry, it's bad timing, but revolution. And let's see where that goes, because it's Friday evening right now. I've seen sort of the start of it, but some people I spoke to said it could escalate on Saturday and Sunday. But I mean, by the time you watch this, you might have seen already, depending on when I get it up. But yeah, overall, first impressions of Beirut is that I really liked it. And I like to judge a place on whether it's somewhere I would spend a lot of time, whether it's somewhere that I would live. And I think Beirut is one of those places. The food, the people, the hospitality, and just like the general walkableness of the city, which I don't think that's a word, but it was nice to walk around. The prices are not quite what I expected. It's a bit more expensive than I knew, like £4 and £5 for a coffee, like £10 for, or £20 for a meal in a restaurant, so it's more like Western European prices. But overall, just a very cool city to explore. Lebanese people have been very friendly, and don't let the protests and riots and the things you might have seen in the news put you off coming here, because as soon as that settles down, I do think it's a very cool place to come and visit. And I'm actually going to be back here next week as well, so I'll see what it's like then, and I'll make another video next week. But in between, I'm going to Syria tomorrow morning. So tomorrow morning, which will be the next video you see on this channel, we're heading to Damascus, and I'm going to see what it's like inside Syria. That feels like a good place to finish this, so I'll just say again, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, then please subscribe and leave a comment and all of that jazz. But for now, see you again in the next video.